Oh, that button did some weird things. That's not what was supposed to happen. Hi, everybody. Let's see if I can fix this. Okay. That's what was supposed to happen. Hey, everybody. MonkeyDKS here. Welcome to the Far Reaches Dungeons & Dragons. We're playing Session 4 tonight. We're going to start off with some downtime, and then we're going to be going into a festival, maybe. We'll see. Just general heads up, I am in a weird headspace, so I may turn off my camera at some point if I'm not doing things. But, you know, hang out. We'll have everybody else hanging out and talking and doing all of the things. And IdealNovelist just sent me an updated character image picture. So if I get some downtime, I might add that in too. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But let us go ahead and join the rest of the folk already in progress. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So
That's what I wanted.
I have like 20 minutes left in my book. I'm so annoyed right now, by the way. I'm gonna stand up for a bit.
You know, the carts on this map. How do I hear myself? You, that over. They remind me of turrets, like on a ballot.
Yeah.
We have turnips.
Yes. They're in the fields.
Nice.
Wait, I think I actually have.
I don't think
How
I
is
can. I don't think I can move my character. No, I'm trying to.
Not in this
drag
scene.
Whatever.
I don't think anybody can move in this scene.
Yeah, you can't move when it says game paused anyway. So
That's also true.
he's got us all kinds of locked in. Hey, what's that thing up in the top right there? There's like a
Well,
cult.
I'm just
like a
wondering
cult
how
up
all
here.
your little dots are moving around. Like
Those
all
are our
your
cursors.
dots.
Okay, if you
Appropriate.
Oh, can you guys see my cursor? I'm moving
Yes.
right now.
There you go. The
Yes.
image is updated.
This
So
is
the
me
things moving around are the
right now.
cursors.
Yes.
Like,
Moving around Leoric. Hi, there you go.
so do you see me like going in circles?
Yes.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay.
I am ready.
I am not.
Okay. Well, with that, let's go ahead and jump into another session of the Far Reaches. So, welcome back, everybody. It's good to have y'all back for another week.
Roll for initiative. No.
Does anyone feel up to giving a recap of last session?
So
Or should I do it?
I was too drunk to recap.
So we
Fair.
ended the fight. We pickpocketed everybody that was on the ground. We attempted to question the one person that we were able to hold so that he didn't run away. And then he drank a vial of poison that was disguised as health potion. And then he started to die. So Leoric tried to fix the situation by draining the liquid from the poison, not realizing that it would also drain the liquid from the person.
Nailed it.
And then we made a dried husk. Then we saw
Dang
some the people the guy that we saved, kind of like whispered us over to him, and so we followed him down into an underground clockwork sewer area. And we met with the. Oh, hold up! I've got the notes. Monkey's probably already got it up.
People. We met with
Freya's hand.
Freya's hand. Yes, it was Claudia, Lars, and Ovinda.
Yes, met them and said
Titus.
we talked to them for a little. Well, first Tim talked. Well, not Tim, but Crane talked to them for a little bit, and then they gave us necklaces that we could all converse. And we talked to them for a long while, and then we went up to an inn where we could stay the night. Some of us tried to drink ourselves to death, while others just wanted chocolate milk.
Can't believe they didn't have chocolate milk.
And we all went to sleep, and that's where we left off.
Okay. So, before we jump into where we're at tonight, there are a couple things that I wanted to go over with y'all real quick before we start. Just some story things and some procedural things. I wanted to go over, because there seemed to be a little bit of confusion while the conversation was going on, about the role that magic plays in the world in terms of who has seen what. That came up, and I don't know if there was really an adequate explanation given at the time, if it made sense. Basically, magic here, from what your characters will understand, and from what you'll find out, is strictly controlled within the assembly of the Obsidian Seal. And any magic that is used is essentially channeled as a magic user gets farther along in their life, is used strictly for martial purposes. So if you want to think of it that way, that people, especially within the Guard, will have only seen someone use magic for a martial purpose. War magic, basically. They'd have never seen somebody, produce a sapling in their hand, so to speak, and make something sprout or anything so mundane, because there are no mundane magic users. They're all in this, what is the assembly of the Obsidian Seal. Secondly, whenever it comes to choices within the game, whenever you talk to Claudia, she's very pushy in terms of what she wants you to do, but because we have some new players and some newer players and such, I want you to understand that this is truly an open world for y'all. This is not some sort of module that I've brought down onto your heads. You have complete freedom of choice here. If you all want to leave the city and go start a goat farm, which apparently has come up as a possible thing to do in a different game, then that's your choice completely. Okay, so you're not forced to do anything. There was more than just the potential kidnapping of an imperial governor that Claudia offered y'all as well.
So, along that vein, I have been looking up goat farming.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let me bring up my alternate rules for goat farming, and we'll look at that. So just really, understand that there are going to be NPCs that are pushing. But for those of you who are newer or who maybe come from playing more of a module background, you certainly have freedom of choice in this. Except for tonight, you're stuck doing whatever I want you to do. But after that, you have complete freedom of choice.
That's just because you've prepared so much for this festival. You want us to play it.
Pretty much. So y'all are stuck with that. But other than that, but no, for real, I just in case, I have other things prepared. So what we're going to start with tonight is downtime. Y'all have a full 24 hours or so before the Festival of the Dancing Lights starts. So I'll ask y'all, as you wake up from your evening slumber, some of you a little later than others, some of you, such as Kaelin, a little earlier than others, who would like to start?
The conversation that Merinos and Kaelin had in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That was in character, in canon. Do we like recap that, or do we just it's there and we move on?
No, it's there. Y'all move on. If people want to know what it said, they can go back through and read the Discord.
By the way, guys, our Discord is public. If you guys want to join, I'll post it.
Yeah, you only, yeah. If you want to replay anything that's said in there, like at the table, that's fine. But recapping it, no. Just there's stuff going on in the Discord. Read it during the week. So, well, I'll just ask him, what would you like to do?
Well, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I know that Kaelin and I decided that we're gonna go and wake up Vix
Vix is not here.
She's not here. So,
So maybe we just let her
us
sleep.
Us two will probably head downstairs and get the breakfast.
Okay.
So when you come downstairs, Leoric is already eating, sitting at the bar, just kind of getting it down as fast as he can because he's got things to do.
Leoric, you should slow down. It's not good for the body to eat that fast.
I got stuff to do, and this is the best darn food I've ever had, if you ask me.
I'm gonna sit down.
I'm not the best cook.
I'm gonna sit down on the other side of Merinos from Leoric because I don't really want to be near him yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as y'all come downstairs, you see Hadri's kind of turn the corner, and he comes over to you and asks you, what would you like to eat?
What is there?
That is a great question.
I don't know what this is called, but I recommend it.
What is he eating?
Yeah.
Here we go.
What do I look over and see?
As you would understand it,
They're green eggs with ham.
You can order it in a common term and go from there, and you'll get the equivalent.
But what is there a menu?
Do you really want the menu?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Just give me just a second. All right, we have Usus. We have Fowbender. We have Dancing Woundwort. We have Green Milfoil. And then you have Bacon, which you should recognize. At least I hope. You have Hillian, which is very close to chicken. And then you have Yearnin, which is very close to beef.
Yeah, I think he called this one the green Merinos, Cocktail, the green one.
Yeah, the green one. Indeed.
I'll have whatever's vegetarian, please.
I have a question. Dancing Woodward.
Mhm.
Is the food dancing?
When you put the sauce on it, yes,
Does
it dances.
Oh, so yes,
sauce?
I've heard of some meats that when they're raw and you put some salt on it, it does a little jiggle. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have that.
It's not a meat. It's a plant. But yeah, okay, sure.
Oh.
And Hadri's goes off to collect your food. You didn't tell him you wanted anything to drink, so it's gonna be real dry when you get back.
Oh heck, I'm hungover anyway.
I brought down the water glass that I had upstairs.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so,
Oh.
Hadri turns off, and a couple minutes later, he returns with your food and a couple cups of water.
I need to be described in detail what I'm looking at and what I'm about to put in my mouth.
Okay, so
where's
you
Jolin
ordered
currently?
the dancing, right?
You came
Yeah.
with me, right? Joey?
All right. So imagine what string beans look like.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine it's kind of like your base is string beans. They're green. All right. And around them is this weird paste that looks like mashed peas and sweet potato baby food. And it's been spread across it. All right. So you have that on
Delicious.
top. So the green, though, as you look through it, as it works its way up through this mashed food that you see, looks like roots, and it all comes up into this sort of cylindrical-looking brown, almost bark-like food in the center. And as he brings it out, he has a little cup of a sauce, and he comes over and he pours the sauce on top, okay, of this cylindrical brown that looks like a tree. And you watch as it works its way down this food tree and hits the green sort of string bean looking things. They begin to wiggle and move, and the brown shakes a little bit as the sauce hits it.
I'm gonna have to try me some of that tomorrow.
It literally sort of
Yeah.
shimmies on your plate, kind of like Jello would jiggle and kind of, yeah, and that sort of way.
Okay, when I take a bite of this, do I have to take a con save for like mouth feel?
No.
Oh God, what
Are you?
Okay.
What are you gonna try first? What part of it?
I think the string beans feel most familiar.
Okay. Yeah, they taste like a run-of-the-mill sort of green plant.
What does
The sauce is interesting. It's I can only describe it in terms of a modern palate. It's basically like a soy sauce and ginger put together. That's what the sauce
Okay.
is.
So at
So
this
something-
point, Wallashan comes clomping down the stairs in a brisk yet still very lazy motion, and walks directly past the rest of the party sitting there, up to the counter, close to the door where the food comes out at, and flips a coin off of his thumb, causing it to land in the tip jar, grabs a scone, and walks briskly out the door without addressing anyone.
Okay. Fair enough.
While I'm eating, is there anybody else in the bar as I'm sort of looking around at folks? Anyone else in the tavern?
Well,
At the time that you're in here, there's no one else in here.
Okay.
You're the only
no one else.
patrons at this time. It's just whoever is in the dining area right now.
Can Crane be in there?
If Crane wants to be in there, do you come downstairs for breakfast?
Yes, Crane comes
Okay.
down.
Well, the
Observe
scene is
all that is
as
happening.
described. You have Leoric there eating a little bit. Kaelin has a small vegetarian dish and surprising 2 cups of water. 1 cup he brought himself, and 1 that was brought to him. And then you have Merinos, who is there, and he has some sort of strange jiggling plant that he is beginning to eat on his plate. Just enough of a glimpse to watch Wallashan, to hear the ping of a coin in a jar, and to watch Wallashan walk out the door without saying a word to anyone.
Alright.
And you are now
Crane,
in the dining area.
Crane goes over to sit next to Kaelin, but on the way gazes confused, in a confused manner, at the dancing dish.
It's been a solid couple of minutes since it was brought to you, Merinos, and it has not stopped jiggling yet.
May I mention that Merinos is picking at his food? First off, he's not feeling good because he's hungover, but like the look of something jiggling is not sitting well with his already like really sensitive stomach right now.
Kaelin's just eating it.
Yeah, you actually go to try and pick at what looks like the bark of this tree, and it's moving enough where you're kind of having to chase it a little bit to get it, and it's sort of you have a little bit of double vision going on as you go to get it.
You know the
Oh,
scene with
yeah.
Mr. Miyagi and the fly? I'm sort of grabbing it. Somehow I have chopsticks.
Oh, can I go and like ask Kaelin? I'm sorry. I know that you just picked at my food, which is completely fine. Cause
No, I got some too. We got the same thing. It's right here.
Oh, we got
Can't
the
you see
same. We did get the same thing.
Yes.
How
no.
did you chase down the brown stuff?
Oh well, I just grabbed it with my fork and I put it in my mouth. It's fairly simple.
Can I try and do like a dex check to go and see if I can even grab this?
It's not so much that you're making a dex check as it's going to take you. Actually, go ahead and make one. Well, let's actually just go ahead.
I mean, you could do a sleight of hand if you wanted to, because both are the
no,
same.
Dang it, Mumbles,
ahead
she
and
wants to roll.
Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check to see if you can catch up with your food.
Okay, it's just a regular d20, so here you go.
Okay.
I do it. I do it.
You finally manage to just you get a utensil in your hand and you finally just kind of manage to kind of stab it and get a good chunk of it and then just kind of pull it back out. You've managed to finally get a hold of this little plant in the center of your plate that you can begin to eat now.
Yeah, as you ate that, Leoric reaches over and slaps you on the back pretty hard. There you go, you got it now. And he gets up and walks out.
I don't think I like that man.
He's bombastic. What does this taste like? What am I tasting? What is this?
Okay, so the brown has a texture of what you would imagine an acorn would be like if you bit into it.
Yeah.
And it's sort of plain tasting in the way that plain almonds are. So it has the texture of an acorn, but the taste of an almond with a little bit of this sort of gingery, salty sauce still left remaining in it from where it
I
ran
have a
through.
question.
Yes.
Which part of the corn?
Not the cap, the actual meat of the acorn. Actual
You
nut.
know,
That doesn't sound so bad.
I'm happy I tried something new today, but I don't think I'll ever try this again. And he's picking at it, but he'll slowly push it away from himself.
I quite
Hadrid
like
comes
it.
around a minute later and sees you, Crane, and asks you if you want anything to eat or drink.
I'll have what do you have?
I just gave the menu.
No.
Crane wasn't there.
All right. So you have what Kaelin and Merinos are having, which is a dancing woundwort. You have let's see, we have other stuff here. I'll give you some
IdealNovelist
different
in this
choices.
menu,
You
so-
have uspium as well that's on there, which is a vegetable, and then of course you have roted and urinin, which is and bacon, basically pork, beef, or chicken.
Alright. Crane says, I'll have the bacon.
The what?
Bacon.
Okay. Anything to drink?
Bacon.
Okay, so I just kind of looks at you for a minute, raises his eyebrow, just kind of, okay, turns around and walks back off, pops into the little kitchen, you hear some clattering around, whatever, comes back out a second later with 4 strips of bacon on a plate and 4 strips of bacon in an ale mug, and just sets it in front of you and walks back off into the back. You can tell that for someone who tends this place, that whenever he's taking care of you, if there's no one else in here, he's not hanging out in the front to be seen. He just kind of goes back to the back to be by himself. But have bacon to eat and to drink specifically as requested.
So where's Jolin?
Jolin was sharing a room with Leoric and Wallashan, I believe. Yep. So you've been standing by the door, because you do not have to sleep. You've been standing by the door all night, keeping watch, and Leoric and Wallashan have both left and headed downstairs.
And you
So
did some excellent
I'm gonna go
roleplay
ahead and
last
head
time.
downstairs as well.
Okay.
I noticed everybody eating and seeing the dancing plates, and I mutter to myself, "Such strange food we got here. Thankfully,
because
I don't need any of it."
It's actually interesting, Jolin, because as you've come down and they've gotten to this point, you no longer really see what would look like the tree part on you. All you see is this weird wriggling mass of green root-like plants sort of worming through this orange and green baby food paste on a plate by the time you get down there. It looks rather grotesque without the full imagery. It looks like someone put worms and baby food on the same plate.
And then I noticed Crane with his bacon and bacon in a cup. Like, are you really going to drink bacon? What is this?
Which is interesting for you, Jolin, because you've never eaten or drank in your life. So far. You've never...
That's why I questioned it.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you really going to do any?
Yep.
Crane shrugs, looks at the bacon in the mug, and then drinks it. All of it. One go.
I'm gonna make a con save for the look of these wiggling masses. 1 second.
Okay,
Never mind, I'm not throwing up.
You managed to resist throwing up, although just a couple of times. Between looking at that and then you look up and you watch Crane drink his bacon, you kind of... and you just kind of put your hand in front of your mouth and sort of catch yourself a little bit and have to take a deep breath to sort of compose yourself again. But you don't vomit.
Chugging the water next to me. And I'm looking at Kaelin, I'm like, thank you. And then I drink it all.
Let me see. So the only people left in the rooms at this point would be Vix and Weslie. Neither one of which come down to join you for breakfast. Best you can tell, they're still up in their rooms for those of you who are still left sitting, which at this point is Crane, Kaelin, Merinos, and then Jolin is also somewhere watching you all make fools of yourself with food. Except for Kaelin, who has very nimbly and in a way that is strangely sophisticated for food that moves, has managed to finish his plate, it seems, and drink his water without issue.
Waste not, want not.
I'm offering up my food to Kaelin. I don't like food waste. Do you want this?
No, thank you. I've had enough, but I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. I go over to what is? I'm sorry, Jolin. I go over to Jolin. Do you want this? It's very appetizing and tastes amazing. Deception roll.
Question: Do you think I eat? I've never eaten anything before, and looking at that, that's not going to be the first thing I will ever eat. Please, you can have that.
Crane here.
I mean, oh wait, Crane. Do you want some?
How'd it taste?
You're gonna wait. Is he? Are you trying to taste?
No. I'm asking Merinos.
No, I've already had my fill. I'm perfectly fine this morning. Don't need any more food.
Alright. Crane takes the plate.
Okay.
Oh yes, Merinos.
Do you try?
This one's still jumping
Do you
around.
eat some of it?
Crane takes a piece of bacon and dips it in the goop on the plate that's left from that, and then puts the bacon in his mouth.
The goop that you tasted on there, and this will go for Kaelin too since he ate, it's probably one of the best things you've ever put in your mouth. It is absolutely delicious. It's sweet but not overpowering, and then you mix it with sort of the saltiness of this sauce that they've put over it, and you combine that with the fact that the bacon is both sort of salty and savory as well. It's just incredibly delicious, if not a little weird, but considering where you are and how you got here, everything's a bit weird, so it's enjoyable. So, those of you that have left already, which would be Leoric and Wallashan. That's it, right? Yeah, everyone else is still there. Leoric, start with you. What are you doing?
I am looking for a shop of some sort, just a general store.
Just a general store?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
This will go super well.
Okay.
Yep, super
So,
well.
So
having lived where you've lived for your entire life, the fact that you're in a city where the buildings are as tall, if not taller, than the trees you've grown up around, and there's this constant hustle and bustle in the city, and people are, always walking by, and there's so much noise, you get a little bit discombobulated along the way. But you do eventually find a general store. It doesn't look like it's in disrepair necessarily, but it also doesn't look like the nicest place. And the name of it is By the Way. And it is a general store. You walk in and there's different things that line the shelf, just sort of very generic shelving and everything. And where's my notes? Come on. Nope. Okay. And inside, sort of tending at the counter, just sort of shuffling things around, is the shopkeeper, is a halfling woman with brown hair, sort of pulled back, and a little a silver bracelet on her wrist. And she sort of turns and sees you and is like, hello. Welcome to By the Way. What can I help you with?
Oh, hey, so I'm just looking for, I think they call it a medical kit, something that I could use to bandage up people if they're in dire straits or something.
Oh yeah, yes. I think I might have one of those. Just a moment. And she sort of walks sort of towards you, and then quickly to the left, and sort of up on this tiny little ladder that manages to get her up to sort of the taller shelves, and she's sort of up and down and moving around, and he manages to find you a healer's kit. Is this all you need?
I think that'll do me for now. How much?
That is a great question for a person who doesn't have their notes open. Healer's kit. Oh my gracious. Oh yes, 5 gold pieces?
5 gold pieces, you say?
Yes.
Could I talk you down to 4 gold pieces?
Make a persuasion check.
This is gonna go super well.
No, it is. She looks at you for a second, kind of takes in the full side of you, considering how much bigger you are than her, and she just kind of narrows her eyes at you and goes, 7 gold pieces.
5 is good. 5 is good.
That's what I thought.
You drive a hard bargain, miss.
And she just holds her hand out for the coin.
And he will count out 5 coins and hand them to her.
She just quickly kind of snaps her fingers back into her palm, tucks the coins into her pocket, and goes, "Well, it's nice doing business with you."
Yes, and I'm sure I'll come back.
Oh, good. Hopefully you won't haggle anymore. And just walks away.
Trust me, ma'am, that is not what I'll be doing.
Okay. So you have acquired a healer's kit.
Okay. I will turn around, leave the store, having packed it in my bag, and I will go and find the largest, most crowded place that I can find, and do the thing we talked about.
Okay. So let's see, from where you are, where would that be? I'd say if you go and if you look on the map, you'll see where the number 8 is. You kind of move down that way, and that is the Imperial Docks, and there's a constant hustle and bustle, and you can just sort of sit right off the edge, not where the actual, things are being loaded and unloaded and everything, but just right off to the side where you find a small sort of bench where you can just sit down, and you just sit there and watch for a little while. How long do you want to sit there?
He will sit there until he feels like he's made some progress. So however long that'll be, probably at least 4 hours.
Yeah, I'd say if you sit there for 4 hours, you could make progress on being able, like, the most basic words, sort of the very, you see some people there who give the standard greeting for people who are the Orum, the people who wear the gold bands where they hail Empire to each other and things like that. And you're able to sort of get the very basic understanding of sort of greetings and goodbyes and the beginning of small talk things that you can understand without having to wear your amulet.
All right.
Okay. So that puts you, with the time it took you to find the shop, and that you're probably about 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I'd say for that purposes, you have 4 to 6 hours, just depending on what it is you want to do.
You want me to continue now, or you want to go to somebody else?
Let's hold there with you at the docks.
Yeah.
Let's hold there with you at the docks, and we'll move on to next. Okay. So at this point, Wallashan, you're the only one who had left up to this point.
Yes.
You were the first one out. So where have you headed? Or what are you looking for? Is the better thing. The better question.
A leather worker shop. Just a craftsman who does the leather crafting and stuff, looking for his shop.
Okay, a leather worker. Go ahead and make me an investigation check as well.
Do I use a D20? What do I use? What do I do? D20?
Yep, D20 plus the modifier it says next to your investigation.
Yeah.
Unless it pops up on your screen when you're in the map, then you click on that.
Investigation for you is a +5. So roll a D20 and add 5.
Okay. 22?
22?
Yeah. With the +5.
All right. So it doesn't take you very long at all to find what you're looking for. You managed to come up to a place called the Serene Armor, and it's sort of the front of the shop is completely open, and you can see that it's sort of segmented into 2 pieces. On one side, it looks to be that there's more of like a traditional forge where you would make metal plates for armor, metal shields, and such. And then on the other side, you see sort of the tools and apparatus for the tanning of skins and everything like that a traditional for leatherworking. And the person that greets you, for crying out loud, is the man looks to be half elf. He has this sort of salt and pepper hair on the sides, and is very bald and shiny on the top. He's got sort of rather large facial features, a large nose, large lips. His hands are he has long fingers, but they look very delicate, but they're also calloused. And his name is he introduces himself as Basil Nakura. How can I help you?
Hello. Good morning to you. How are you today?
Well, when I'm working. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, I was looking for some scraps of leather if you have any for me.
You want scraps of leather?
Well, depending on the condition and the size of the scrap, yeah, why not?
Interesting. Let me see what I have. And he walks over to where he's got some skins that are being tanned on a large canvas, and he walks over and you can see there's 2 bins there that are full to the top with little bits and bobs and odds and ends of stuff that he's trimmed or cut from larger pieces to get it to size. And he sort of picks both of these baskets up, and they seem sort of heavy, and he walks them over to you. Let's see. 2 gold pieces for everything in the bins.
What exactly is he looking at? Like, how small are the scraps?
Like scrap sizes. Very, they tend to be sort of longer than they are wide. I mean, if you put it, I mean, it looks like an impossible stitch job from what he has just in the scrap.
Okay, so are
Depends
there...
on what you need it for. What do you need the leather for?
Well, I'm thinking armor and just a few other odd and end things.
Okay. If this isn't what you're looking for, I have these that I have just finished putting together but have not formed yet. And he sort of points back behind him, and he has these 2 large pieces of leather that have been cured and are finished. And the 2 pieces that he has together you would reasonably, with enough time, be able to make that into leather armor. But you would need both pieces.
Okay. How much for the 2 pieces?
5 gold for both.
How much is in a gold again?
It's 10
10
silver.
silver pieces.
10
10 silver
silver pieces.
pieces.
And 1 silver piece is 10 copper pieces.
That's correct.
And 10 copper pieces is like basically nothing.
I'll negotiate and do 1 silver and I'll muck out your barn.
I do not have a barn. It will be 5 gold pieces.
Wait, did he? Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm still thinking the 2 from the other. 4 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
trying to figure out how to do all this.
Okay. You can roll from your sheet on D&D Beyond,
Okay.
and you're doing Persuasion, or you can look at what your modifier is. You can roll a D20 and add 5.
Trying to find where there's okay. 20. I rolled a 20 with the +5.
He sort of looks at you for a little bit and narrows his eyes, and he goes, 4 gold pieces. I can do that. He walks back behind him and grabs the 2 pieces of leather and puts them together and holds them out to you and holds out his hand for the money.
He hands the money over and throws the leather over his shoulder and walks away.
Okay. Now acquired 2 pieces of leather.
I got something I want to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at Kaelin, and I'm gonna say to him, you know, I have a lot of skills. You know, do you have a lot of skills? I have a lot of skills. And I was wondering, what would be a wise choice in skills that I can pick up? And you know what I thought of? That would be a good skill to have, Kaelin?
I'm shaking.
Cooking.
I'm shaking my head.
Cooking.
Can you?
We should go.
Do you think you could
We
make
should-
this wiggly stuff?
I am never making this. I am making something better.
It was. I mean,
We
I kind
should go.
I kind of like the womort.
You know, if you want to make that, you can. But if you want to come on a cooking expedition with me and make something even better, we can do that.
Do I see Hadrius right there?
Yeah, he's just come out again to check and see.
Merinos doesn't care.
Hadrius, how easy is it to cook that particular meal there?
Also, before you begin, are we allowed to use that kitchen? And if so, how much?
Oh, you mean my kitchen?
I mean, is there a way to use your kitchen?
What? Well, yes, I use the kitchen.
Okay,
What do you?
can I use the kitchen?
He sort of looks at you, almost like chewing on his bottom lip. Have you cooked before?
Merinos thinks back to throughout his life, and he remembers that one time he was stranded on a beach by himself, and he caught a fish, and he cooked it over the campfire, and it turned out all right. Yeah, I've cooked before.
What would you cook?
I need to get a cookbook first, right?
Oh, you cook out of a cookbook.
Yeah.
That's quaint. Yeah, okay, well, maybe someone had a cookbook here, but I could, but why do you want to cook in my kitchen again?
It's a skill.
Okay.
I want to develop. Okay, you know, I have an idea. I know that you're a very skilled cook. I mean, obviously, look at this. This is amazing. Pointing to the wiggling thing still on the plate. How about instead of even a cookbook, you teach us, or you teach me. I don't know if he wants to cook. I want to cook.
I don't have a very large desire to cook.
It's a skill, Kaelin. What if you're stranded on an island and you want to cook some fish?
Well, I don't eat fish. I
Maybe
would
instead of
just
it being
eat the
half
plants that
burnt.
are there.
Well, okay. But instead of some raw grass, why don't you want, cooked grass?
I mean, It pretty much tastes
exactly.
the
You
same.
want the cooked grass. You want the cooked grass, right? Yeah, I want to cook.
I'm just gonna look up at I forgot his name, at Hadrius, just confused and just shrug my shoulders.
He shrugs his shoulders back, trying to figure out what this.
Kaelin,
Okay.
don't you want to cook with me?
No.
Merinos, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh god, wait, what's my persuasion? I know I have decent persuasion, because Paladin. Ooh, +4. That feels good. 1 second. Let's see what the odds are. If not, then I'm cooking in a dumpster fire outside. Oh, yes. Oh, we're doing good today, boys.
He kind of looks at you for a minute. He goes, "Okay, I can show you how to cook. How to make that." And he points.
No. You know, I want to cook something
Just okay.
good. I want to cook something really good. I want something new.
Okay, so
That was quite delicious.
I'll watch you, and if you break anything, you have to pay for it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, come on then.
Wait, what are we cooking? What have you decided?
You told him that you wanted to cook something. So I don't know, Merinos. What are you going to cook?
That's a good question. He doesn't know anything.
Well.
There was one thing I had a long time ago. There was some eggs that were all yellow. They were kind of mixed really well together, and they had this cream on top that was kind of stretchy. And then it had bacon on the side. And do you know about this? Have you ever made this?
No.
What? Gosh. What do you have any chicken? Let's make some chicken.
Yeah, you see something sort of that's there that resembles what you would think of as chicken, and it's a whole chicken. So
Yeah, that right
is that what
there.
you're going to attempt to cook? Chicken?
Yes.
Okay.
Cooking Mama in D&D.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I want you.
Before you start, can Jolan just be like, I'm not doing anything, and I'm just gonna walk out the inn. So.
Okay.
Kaelin, do you want to help me over here? I mean, I know you're a vegetarian. Well, wait, do I even know what a vegetarian is? Oh, I know that you have a weird thing about meat, but do you want to help me?
I would actually, I would love to help you. However, I have some.
Come on, Kaelin, come here.
I have to go, and I walk out.
Tries to grab him.
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
So
No.
Merinos, we're gonna do a couple of checks here.
Oh yes.
All right. The first thing I want you to do is we're gonna do 3 checks.
Got you.
We're gonna do a Actually, yeah.
I've thrown you for a loop. I'm excited.
Let's do a survival check first.
Oh yes,
Oh, Lord.
perfect. A flat roll. Can I get 1 second. Oh yes,
Oh.
very nice.
Right. Then
can I,
we're
at
going
the
to
end of
do,
this.
then I
Oh,
want
sorry.
you to do a straight dexterity check.
Oh yes, a mother flat roll. Can I get proficiency after this is the real question?
We're gonna find out.
Oh
Okay.
yes,
So
slightly
That's
better.
fine, that's good. That's good.
Okay. And then last but not least, I want you to make a performance check.
Performance. I think I'm decent at this. What is my performance? Oh, a solid +2. Beautiful. Let me add the +2. Hey.
Okay.
All right.
So here's how this goes. You have absolutely no idea what part of the chicken that would actually taste best for you to cook, or how to properly get it off of its body without simply grabbing one part of the bird and grabbing a leg and snapping it off with your bare hands. You do, however, manage to break both legs off, and then very deftly manage to sort of, you have your little the skillet that you're cooking and everything. You're sort of adding ingredients that you believe would taste good and so on to it, and you throw the chicken in, and it's actually kind of interesting watching you work your way around the kitchen. You're very deft at it.
Question: is the innkeeper giving me any input whatsoever? Because I was kind of banking on him slightly helping me through this.
Right. He little tidbit more of a sound like a more noises like that to let you know that he feels like you're on the edge of disaster as you cook. But so far you're doing good, and based off of the final work, you manage to fake it until you make it long enough to have cooked what you believe to be tasty chicken. The question is, are you going to taste it, or are you going to have Hadrius taste it?
Is it? Well, would he know that if it's pink on the inside, he's not supposed to eat it? Is the question.
Yes, he will. He will know if it is undercooked.
Oh no, I'm saying Merinos. Would Merinos?
Based off your survival check, you have no clue.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to. Oh, wait, Hadrius is his name, right?
As far as you were concerned, with that kind of roll on that beach when you ate that fish, they still had salt water in it.
Beautiful, wonderful. We can both try it at the same time. I see nothing wrong with that.
So Hadrius sort of takes a leg of this and sort of sets it down, and he takes a fork and a knife, and he cuts into it to sort of check it to make sure it's not going to kill him. He looks and he puts a little piece in his mouth, and he reaches down towards his belt and he grabs this little pouch, and he pinches something out of it. And you see it's salt. He salts it, bite, salts it, bite. So it keeps going until the pouch is gone. He's emptied the entire pouch onto this chicken.
Oh no! Wait, don't I have salt? Wasn't I given salt?
Yeah, you have some salt on you. Probably
I'm
a
gonna
quarter of a
go
pound.
and I'm getting a hefty pinch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go and swirl it on top, and then I'm gonna eat some.
Okay. With the salt on there, as is what you've been told is the custom, they heavily salt food here. It's actually surprisingly pretty tasty. You did sort of, you can tell that that you manhandled this poor chicken corpse to get the meat. You can tell, the part that you picked and cooked, it's a little gristly and stuff like that. It's not the most pleasant texturally, but all in all, you've managed to cook 2 chicken legs to a fairly satisfactory level. I'll say you're not quite proficient in cooking, but you've made a good start.
Am I proficient in cooking this specific chicken?
You can make chicken. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear.
You can make gristly, undersalted chicken anytime you want now.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So with that happening, Merinos goes off to cook. We're gonna jump to, let's see, Jolin. You were next. You've left after that. Are you doing anything?
Well, after seeing the madness that was going on in the inn and deciding to walk out. By the way, out of character, I do not see anything that's on the map. I'm watching Monkey's stream, so that's all I can see. All I see is the little tankard thing you got on there. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I see. So anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. That's all there is.
Okay. So I'm just walking around, noticing everybody I'm kind of looking for a way to, because when I got hit, did it like cut into my chest, didn't it? Just like kind of grazed it, or did it leave a mark?
No, look. I mean, looking at yourself, and you've all had a long rest. I mean, for the most part, you're intact and fine. You're structurally, you're pretty sound.
Yeah. But see, I have all these things. Sorry, this is kind of off the cusp. I'm looking for I guess go for a weapon shop in a way. See if I can search something out, or a forge, whatever.
What in particular do you think you're looking for? Are you looking for a new weapon, or what are you looking for?
Maybe. I'm just kind of seeing, kind of gazing it out, I guess. Not.
Okay. Let's make an investigation check.
Okay. How would I go about doing that?
On your D&D Beyond sheet, it's under your skills. It'll say investigation. You just click it. Tell me what the roll is.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to get out of the foundry thing, because it is lagging like all get out, and it's just not working. So I'm just gonna go on my skill sheet.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna let. I was not prepared for this.
You were fine.
Okay, give me a second. So you want me to do an investigation check?
That's right.
Okay. It was like a normal D20, I think.
It's a D20 plus whatever your investigation modifier would be.
Okay.
But it'll do it for you on the sheet.
Investigation check.
Yeah, it's just straight up. It's a D20.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
A 3? Okay.
No modifier.
The same thing sort of happens to you that happened to Leoric. You go out and you've been wandering between smaller, sort of town to town, bounty to bounty for a while. That you're really not used to being back in a big city again. You've been in big cities before, but never quite like this, and it's been a while. But I'd say after a couple of hours of wandering around and finally realizing that you're going in a circle, and then you become much more focused on, sort of tracing your steps as you go through, you manage to find a blacksmith and an armorer. And the shop is the Lucky Blade. And you find the shopkeeper in there. It's an older-looking dwarf. He comes up to you. The name's Gar. What are you looking for?
I'm kind of new around here. I'm looking for something, a decent sized axe. I'd show the one that I have. Something little what do you say?
Let me see. Sort of goes and he looks around, rummaging. So you're looking for another. Don't you have a great axe?
Yes.
You have the largest available axe at this time.
Okay, never mind that. See, again, we're on the thing.
So he kind of look. He goes, "I'd say you got a pretty good one there already. Don't think I'd have anything much bigger than that in this shop. Is there anything else?"
Not necessarily, no.
All right then. He kind of goes back to hammering away.
I just kind of look around and just see all of that and kind of, I don't know, I seem to be like drawn to forges and things like that. Just
Yeah, you sort of see this, and you step outside of his shop where you're sort of out of the way, but you just kind of stand there and you listen to what is just a primal sound for you. It's something deep inside of you that is soothed by the sound of, listening to the fire flare up and listening to metal be quenched and the banging of the hammer against something as it's being formed while it's hot. And it's mostly relaxing to you. You sort of find a small comfort there standing outside of the Lucky Blade. Is there anything else you would wish to do?
I don't think there's anything else that I can find per se. I don't think I can. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained right now. Not really
fine.
anything else I can do.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and do something else, or is it somebody else's turn?
Who has not gone yet?
I have not.
I have.
Kaelin and Crane have not, so let's
Okay.
jump
I'll
into that. So let's see next. Kaelin, go ahead. What would you like to do?
So, does the tavern have a front porch?
No, it just sort of, you walk out of the tavern and it just leads right onto the street.
Right onto the street. Okay.
Mhm.
Is there like a bench nearby, or maybe a small park that I could just go sit in, or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very close to you is a small park with some benches and trees and flowers. Just very quiet. Doesn't look like it gets a lot of traffic. It's easy enough to find. It's very close.
Okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just sit by myself for a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to people watch for maybe 15 minutes, maybe a half hour. And I'm looking specifically at clothing style, and the various races of people, and the various way that people look. And I'm trying to get an idea of what that would be.
Okay, absolutely. So you sit there and you watch, and you begin to notice very quickly in a part of town you're in that there's really no one that has a gold bracelet that walks through. You notice that right off. It
Okay.
seems to only be silver and copper bracelets that walk through here.
So I'm
And the
mostly interested in the silver
Right.
people.
Right. So silver, you see, they're dressed. So where you've seen where like the copper is very plain clothing, almost, some will walk through with what are basically glorified rags. People with silver bracelets wear clothes that is very functional looking, right? So it's designed to match the season that they're in, which it's autumn right now. So it's more long sleeves, long pants. They look a little thicker. One thing that you will notice is that everyone does seem to have a collared shirt that wears a silver band, and it's an extremely high collar for what you're used to. Everyone just sort of wears their collar sort of, 3/4 of the way up the neck. It's a little odd. You're definitely not used to seeing that, but everyone wears a high collar, but the rest of their clothes is very functional looking.
Okay.
It's meant to be walked in and worked in, but it's also, nicer because it's in one piece, but it's not flamboyant. There's not a lot of color to it. It's functional clothing, except for the collar,
Okay.
which just allows people to do their work a little better and move around town.
All right. And what races of what's the spread that I see?
Right. So what you've seen walk through, mostly human. You've seen, then next I would say would be half elf looking people, and then you see just a smattering of a few dwarves, a few halflings, just a couple of gnomes who managed to come by, and then let's see where you are. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, hey, good news, everybody. That's another $1 for extra life. That makes it a 2.
Okay. That is really that's really all you see.
Okay.
What I will say though, based on just if you sit there, and let's say you sit there a little bit longer than 30 minutes, and you really watch, there's one thing that catches you particularly, and that is you don't see any elves come through.
It's kind of
At
what I
all.
was getting. All right, I don't know why my overlay is not updating there.
You haven't seen one anywhere in your time so far.
Okay. All right. So then next, is there a quiet alley or shaded area that I could go and sort of conceal myself for a minute? I want to try disguise self is where I'm leading this to, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say where you are that there's enough cover in the park that you were in, and not so many people coming through that you could find the proper amount of time to cast disguise self.
Okay.
And beyond.
So basically, what I want to do is I want to make myself look like a half elf,
Okay.
similar to the people that I've seen with relatively bland features and just a sort of an amalgam of the general clothing that everyone's wearing.
Okay.
I obviously would like to hide my horns and the spikes on my back because I still don't really like them. And then, having looked at the map last night, because we got a map of the city, did I see any clothing stores on that map? How detailed is it?
You wouldn't be able to tell from the map if there was a clothing store denoted
Okay,
on it.
then I would like to try and find one then.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
That's better. 14, 15, 16.
Okay. Yep. It doesn't take you long at all. You have the map. It's pretty easy to get your bearings. Just kind of and simple enough. You find yourself in front of a tailor.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, and they are.
I changed my tabs around. Dang it.
Okay. Okay. They do not have a name, so they're named whatever you want.
That doesn't matter to me. Except I can't spell it.
Okay, here we go. You'll love this one.
I will.
Sew and Tell.
Is
Clothing
it
shop.
an ampersand or an and? This is important.
It is and.
Okay.
Now.
All right. So I will go inside and
Okay.
Good day. Good day. How are you?
Yes. And so you walk inside the store, and you can see that there are. It's actually pretty bare just as you first walk in. There's really not. It doesn't look like in this particular shop that there's much clothing that is sort of sold like off a rack as you would see it. Like if you would think of that. There is going to be an aspect of it looks like most people who come in here have it personalized to fit their shape. You walk in and you see a half-elven woman. She's wearing a very nice sort of white long sleeve blouse. She has her blonde hair sort of put up in a very functional looking bun, and she comes up to him and she says, "Oh, hello. My name is Staracia, and welcome to the Sew and Tell. How can I help you today?"
Yes, I'm looking for a new outfit and possibly a cloak or maybe two.
Okay. Let's see here. And she sort of stands off and then begins to sort of walk around you, just sort of generally taking in your features and shit. She goes, Yes, indeed. That should be simple enough. a couple of cloaks, you said?
Yes, I'm looking for a nice light blue and maybe a darker brown one, one that was slightly warmer, perhaps, and then others that one that's not quite as warm.
Yes. Okay. Just let me take your measurements. And she sort of comes up and she has her little measure out. She comes up. She sort of does her
Hold my
her
hands
thing,
out a
check
little
it.
bit.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because if I'm familiar with the sky self,
Which is funny because Kaelin's not.
rapid typing.
I can paste it if it's easier.
No, I got it.
Oh, it didn't roll anyway. Dang it.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
and you, do you want to say that you wouldn't know this?
That's
Based on
what
how-
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. So she kind of comes up and she goes to like take the measurement of, your waist, and it's not lining up how it should, how you look to her, and yet it's not quite the same. She sort of has to tighten it, and it takes her, and she's not quite sure why your measurement doesn't match what her eyes see, because she looks very practiced at this. Like, she can sort of almost, the measurement is a formality at this point, because she can basically tell your size, and yet whenever she gets up there to measure you in your disguise form, it doesn't quite add up. She goes, yes, interesting. Well, I think the clothes are simple enough. I could have those ready later today, and the cloaks I have. I would say for everything. Oh, let me see. I'd say 10 gold for everything.
10 gold seems reasonable. Do you own this shop? Is this your shop?
Well, no, I just run the shop.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was just curious.
Yes, indeed.
And what color band does she have?
Silver.
Okay.
Same as yours.
I meant to ask that first. Yes, there's 10 gold would be just fine. I'll hand her 10 gold and an extra silver.
Oh, thank you. I certainly appreciate that. And she tucks the silver into her pocket, and she takes the gold that you gave her, and she walks it back to the counter and sets it down. Yeah, so if you'll come back later today, I'll have it for you just in time for the festival.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping indeed. Thank you very kindly.
Of course, no problem at all.
Okay, and then can I do one more thing?
Yep.
Okay, can I go to the fancier area, repeat this entire process, and get a set of nicer clothes in a better part of town also? Also changing my band to gold when I do so.
Yeah. So based on...
Oh, no, sorry, never mind. In my head, I was going to wait till I got the nicer clothes and then do that.
Yeah.
Because I assume what I'm wearing right now is travel worn and...
So what... And this comes back to what you've read. You would... If there is a gold district in the city, you with the silver band would not be allowed in without an escort of someone who is also wearing a gold band.
Right.
Like, it's completely locked. But I will say this, based on the nature of the spell for you to have a gold band, should someone notice that you're disguised and that the band isn't real, that will attract a lot of attention from impersonating someone of a higher class.
Yes.
I will extend you that warning.
Yeah, I'm going to wait anyway. I'm going to wait till I get the other clothes before I do that.
Okay. Yeah. The clothes will be ready, I'd say probably right at dusk.
Okay. And do I know where the nicer district is? Or can I
yeah.
find it? Okay, so can I
Yeah,
sit?
You came out in the nicer district. So if you're looking at the map, where you see the blue
Mhm.
sort of buildings in the center, that area, that is the gold district of town. It is in the center city.
Okay, so I just want to sit and watch some of the upper class and do the same thing. Just sort of learn their clothing, learn their mannerisms and their and what they look like and things like that. I assume same race spread, generally speaking.
Yeah, so let's do it. So where are you going to go look at them at?
Just like right outside one of the gates where they would be going in and out of that
Just kind
district.
of peeking in.
But
so to
just
speak.
sitting next to it and watching them. If I assume some of them go in and out every so often.
Let's make a perception check.
Oh, natural 20. 21.
Okay, great. So as you're peeking through, you're actually surprisingly able to get a very good glimpse at sort of this gold district as people come in and out. And you see, I'd say, as you look, 90% human. The rest a very, very small smattering of half elves and halflings. Really no, like one or two dwarfs, no gnomes that you see.
Okay.
And as you watch them conduct their business, it's very straightforward on most of their part. Hail Empire, what do you need? Very transactional, not a lot of small talk, although they do seem to do, as you'll notice. Everyone of every shape and size that you see does an obscene amount of shopping in their own district.
Mhm.
It seems like there are a ridiculous amount of people at the shops for the time of day that it should be, and there's something that clicks in your mind that says, under any other circumstance, those people would normally be working a job,
Okay.
and they're not. They're out shopping and eating. And that is the extent of what you see through the gates.
Okay. I'm just gonna hang out there for a little bit, and if I feel like people are noticing, then I'll just wander away.
Okay. All right, Crane.
All right. I have a question. Okay, I have a question before I begin.
Mhm.
Would I be able to ask Hadrius a question, or is he too busy with
No,
Like,
it's
could I
everyone's.
ask?
There's the traffic in and out as you've sat there through the morning, closer to the afternoon, closer to noon. You really haven't seen anyone else come in. It's pretty dead at this point.
Could I? So I couldn't.
Yeah, you can ask him questions.
Oh, okay. And I also have the map of the city, right? Or did we only get a look at that?
You've seen the map. You don't have the map.
Yeah, I think I have the map.
Yeah, Kaelin has the map.
Do I know Kaelin has the map? Oh, well, I guess it's too late. So Crane's going to go over to Hadrius and ask, where's the best place to find a horse?
Oh, a horse? Like just for riding, or to to keep or something. Like to have. Just, do you own a place where you could have a horse, or do you just mean to ride?
Details don't matter much. I'm just curious.
Well, I would try. Petra's Pets and Stables.
Alright. Do you have any
Yeah, so
directions there?
if you leave, out of the door, and you turn left, and you go like four blocks. Is it 4 or 5? I'd say go 5 blocks, like up the street. That after going left, it should be there on your right. Yeah. That would be the place.
That
that I
area?
would go.
Could you take me there? Well,
Oh.
I guess I would meet him after he's eaten. I'll just go on my own. Learn.
Okay.
Except for the thing is, Crane gets easily lost in cities, so...
Well, you've seen the map, and the instructions were fairly straightforward. So you walk out the door, turn left, and you go 5 blocks up, and look to your right. And there is Petra's Pets and Stables.
Alright.
And the
Anyone around?
rider is Petra, and she is a rather large human woman. Dark hair, dark eyes, serious feet, very, very serious, sort of almost severe features. And she looks at you and... Yeah, you, can I help you find something?
Hey,
You muted.
Sting? Oh, there it goes. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so she asked me what again? Sorry.
If she could help you find anything.
Okay. And I saw horses. Have I seen horses yet?
Yes, she has. You look over towards where the stables are, and there are 2 rather large-looking and identical-looking solid brown horses.
Alright. How much for the horses? Per horse? Just one.
Yes, let's see. A horse. 50 gold pieces for either one.
Other one? Do either of them have any features you've noticed you prefer?
No, it's actually interesting. They're identical horses.
Identical.
Twins.
Nothing in their steps, right?
And they're both
So
lovely.
they're identical in feature and traits. Alright. How much for the set?
I would do both for 90.
90. Alright. Let's see. Raina will think for a moment. And then gaze at the horses for a moment. Fiddle with his pockets for a moment. And then he will ask another question. 50 for one horse, he said, right?
Yes.
Now, what time is it? Like, what time of day?
I'd say the time of day right now, close to noon.
Alright. In the festival. Okay, how about 40 for one of the horses? And I offer you some rations.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Alright. I forgot I
Yeah,
had
that's
that,
fine.
so
That's fine.
it worked? Okay.
Okay. Keep the food, but 40 will work. We'll do that. You can have your pick. It's Maria on the right and Malia on the left.
Alright, I'll take Maria.
Indeed. And she holds out her hands for the money.
Alright, and then... All right, Crane will give the money out,
Okay.
which I
So
think is me too.
you have now acquired a horse,
All right. And Crane
which
would like to. Oh, okay.
there are also some things for your horse. Obviously, feed, saddle, stuff like that,
Mhm.
as well, that you can purchase. You don't have to, but probably be a little hard.
Yeah.
For everything you need, it'd be another 12 gold pieces.
All right. Okay, that's. How much for the saddle and the lead? Wait, you said saddle, lead, and feed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy that as well.
Okay. You'll have a riding saddle, the bit and bridle, and you also have a week's worth of feed.
All right.
The week's
Do
worth
I
of
have to
feed,
add that
like
to my
70
inventory?
pounds. Yeah, you can add that.
70 pounds. Okay. So
Yep.
it's called riding saddle.
Yep.
All right.
And you now have
What
your
time is
horse.
it now?
I'd say everything to get it to get out there to it. I'd say it probably only takes you, 30, 40 minutes to conduct your business. So it's
Alright.
afternoon, but not far past.
Okay, so riding saddle, a week's worth of feed, and
The bit and bridle.
yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with that, Crane will leave the shop with the horse, and then he will go to, well, I guess if he can walk that far in this amount of time, or if the horse can walk that far, perhaps, he will go southward to, how do I mark that?
I can see where you're at.
Okay, he will go southward toward around here.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for on your way, or are you just taking your horse down towards the shore?
He is trying to get a feel for the horse for one, and he's also looking out for anything he would recognize as a firearms store.
Okay.
Or anything along those lines.
You don't see anything that looks like they sell firearms or anything for a firearm that you would see in this area. You get the feeling as you walk through that that's really few and far between, and probably not in a silver district. For the horse, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes you a little bit, just being as the fact that it's a new horse to you, and everything like that. Just kind of getting the early jitters out of the way with a new horse as it takes to a new rider. But all in all, the horse is very forgiving, very calm, and takes you very well.
What do you think it took to get down there?
Because of being on the horse in the city actually doesn't really speed you up, because it's a larger body to try and weave through city streets that are packed with people. Honestly, it takes you probably the better part of an hour and a half to get down there.
All right.
To where you want to be.
And then Crane will stay there for a while, and that's all for now.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can we return or go to someone else? Because I think Crane's going to wait there for a while.
Okay, yeah, sure thing.
All right.
So let's see. Is Weslie here now?
He's gone. He came in and he
I'm here now.
left. He's offline right now.
I'm here.
Oh, you are? Oh, there you are. What the heck?
All right, Weslie.
Sorry.
Um,
I am the knight.
Is there anything during your downtime that you would like to do?
What kind of shops are around here?
Make an investigation check.
Check. She almost hit intimidation.
Where's the store? Where is it?
I will
Not
think the store into being.
Hold a knife to someone's throat. You better tell me where the baker is.
I don't think it works. Let me try again. A virtual tabletop not found.
Still having that issue?
Did you click the B
I don't
on
know
the
what it is.
foundry one
I just
yet?
thought I got it all.
You have to
set
do
up
the.
this
You have to
time.
click the B next to the foundry every time.
Click the what?
The Beyond 20B on the foundry page, up in your extensions.
Yeah, I did that already. What do you change? There we go. I think that'll work now. Investigation.
Ah.
Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, the roll worked.
Just the just the basics. There looks to be like a little corner baker, someone who looks like they're selling just out of a stand some what they are calling gently used armor that is properly dented and beat up, and some very dull looking swords and blades, and with that, not much else nearby you that you could tell just by poking your head out the door and looking around. Not much in your area. Are you looking for anything specific?
Well, I thought that the armor might have sounded good, but if it's all beat up, I've already got chainmail for that.
Yeah.
Maybe let's check out this Pantheon they've got here. Know where it is, Weslie?
Let's see the Pantheon. Yeah, and that would still be an acceptable. Yeah, so I mean, you could just very simply ask someone where, the Pantheon is, and they would send you in that direction.
Okay, and yeah, I'd like to go up and just ask, could you tell me where the Pantheon is? I've heard about it, and I'd to get more, see what it's all about.
And the person directs you sort of north from the inn. Walk along the main street. From the forum, walking north, and eventually you'll run into the big building with the round top.
I head along that path.
Okay. Packed streets and all takes you at least an hour finding your way through. You kind of get lost a little bit, but eventually you make your way to the Pantheon. This large building, dome top, beautiful white columns out front, and you walk in, and the building is bare. There's nothing in there. Yeah, it is empty, and you don't see anyone else in there. You're the only one there.
Can I see if is it just like completely bare, or is there something in there I might be able to make with an investigation check?
It's completely bare.
Yeah.
You can see that it just by peeking in, it looks like that is a building that has not been used in a very long time.
In that case, I just kind of look around, head out, just wonder, what is this place even for?
Yeah, you sort of get the feeling that any sort of worshiping or religious service is now done elsewhere, and that is sort of a building left over from a different time that they just simply have not felt the need to tear down. They just leave it empty in case they want to use it in the future.
In that case, I might ask around, and I'll ask ask if anyone around me knows what happened into the Pantheon.
Make... For that, you're going to have to make another investigation check. Yeah, you're able to find someone who tells you that the pantheon was for the old gods, for the dead gods, and the gods who still live, of which there are only two, which is the Emperor Gershon himself and his wife Oa. Their temple is in the heart of the city in the center of the river.
I'll ask for directions there, although I think I might have passed by it on my way here.
Yeah, so they send you south until you reach the forum, and then east through the large gates. But that the temple is only open twice a week for worshippers. Otherwise, you have to have golden business in order to get into the district. It's not just open for any worshipper to walk through, except for on those 2 days.
While I'm there, I'm going
Or
to.
Weslie man just wants to pray. Dadgummit.
I want to figure out what's going on around here. I feel kind of disgusted with all this, that these people have had their faith taken away from them by whoever this Gershon fellow is. So I'd like to make a perception check because I want to spit on the temple around the temple grounds and make sure no one's seeing me.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth check?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I'm still wearing my heavy armor.
9. You spit on the pantheon, and someone from the city guard kind of looks over and sees you spit on it. He goes, "Hey, don't spit on things. It's rude. Go on."
Sorry.
He just shoos you away.
Apparently if I can gather anything from that, it doesn't seem like they really care much for this temple.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get much more until it finally opens, so I'm gonna head back in town and try to find just maybe a knick-knack shop. Figure out what kind of culture they have here.
Okay. What is your passive perception?
That would be a 15.
15. Okay. It's not a knick-knack shop, but you're looking for something, for some culture that it seems like people are really drawn to. And you come across this place, and it has a bright pink banner on the outside. And they call it Crunchies.
Crunchies?
And as you walk inside, you meet a small gnomish woman who they call Crunchy. And you look at her and look at what's inside, and she tells you that this is a place where she sells enchanted candies.
Actually, in the village that Weslie grew up in, they don't really have candy. Well, I'd like to see what all they have in here. Maybe buy 3 pieces for myself, all of a different kind.
Roll me 3d8.
How do I do that? Like with do I use a specific skill?
Well, actually, I'll roll the d8s. It'll be easier since I'm looking at the sheet anyway. Let's see, an 8, a 5, and a 1. All right, so you have chocolate bark, laughing taffy, and gummy worms. So the chocolate bark is exactly what it sounds like. It's just very thin strips of like a mixed chocolate and nuts. Then you have the laughing taffy, which looks like taffy, but it's wrapped in a very bright colored wax-like paper. And then you have the gummy worms, which are like small pieces of like a very soft, well, I mean, for lack of a better term, right? Like a gummy, except they're shaped like small dragons, and they're wrapped in the same sort of very bright colored wax paper. What would you like to buy? Each
I'd
one
like
is
to
a gold
buy-
piece.
one of each.
Okay. So you've now acquired a piece of chocolate bark, a piece of laughing taffy, and a gummy worm. So the bark gives you bark skin for a minute when you eat it. The laughing taffy, when you eat it, everything is funny for a minute, and you uncontrollably laugh. And the gummy worms, that's an interesting one. Are you going to try a piece of candy while you're in there? Or are you going to take it back with you?
I think I'd like to save these. They'll probably come in handy later.
Right.
And I'm
then
not
the
too hungry right
then
now.
the gummy worm is a secret. We'll get to that when you eat it.
Very nice.
Okay. And you now know where there is a magical candy shop.
Nice.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Ooh, one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
See if they have a magic item shop.
So, based on some other things that occurred, and as you look through, the extent of something enchanted here stops at candy.
Oh.
You do not find anyone who sells enchanted wares in this part of the city. Again, you get the feeling that there are some things, as you notice that there's a number of repeat businesses as you walk through town, that there's some things that are simply reserved for members of the upper class that you do not have access to.
Interesting. In that case, I think I might just wind it up here and go check on Hadri's back at the inn.
Okay.
I have a question.
Is it the same question that you put into the chat?
Well, I mean, first off that. Also, is there anyone else that needs to do stuff? Because I want to do something.
That should be everyone, and we're gonna take like a 5-minute break.
Can I actually
Oh,
go
sounds good.
next? Because I didn't get to finish earlier.
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. But basically, the ingredients that she has for her magical candies is not her enchanting the candy. It is the ingredients that she gets that are enchanted.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that later.
She does not enchant them herself.
So she
Pretty
makes them with
interesting.
stuff that's pre-enchanted.
I have a question also.
Sure.
If I were to say bring a sword that was enchanted to a blacksmith, would they react to it at all? Would there be any negative effects? Because I was thinking about the next thing I'm planning on doing is probably silvering my sword. And I know it's enchanted. Do you think, using context clues, that they would react to it, or like be like throw someone in jail for that? I don't know.
Most likely not. Depends on the blacksmith.
Okay. I guess I'll have to look for a sketchy boy.
All right, we'll be back in 5 then.
Yeah, take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna come back with the festival.
Cool.
Alrighty, Roo.
If we didn't get to something that you felt like you wanted to get to, let's message me after the session, and we'll go over anything you feel like we missed.
Sounds good.
All right. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break. For those of you that are new, welcome to the Far Reaches D&D. We are a group that has been assembled piecemeal from different planes of existence and brought here to the far reaches by the goddess Freya. We all have different reasons for being here. We all have different goals and different backgrounds. Crane, for example, IdealNovelist's character, is from a Wild West place, similar to the Old West here in the real world. But anyway, lots of cool stuff. We're about to go to the festival of something. What was it called? Did I write that down? Was that smart enough? No. No, why would I have written that down? That'd be stupid. No, I got nothing. No idea. But we're going to do a festival. It's going to be fun. We'll be back in a few minutes. See ya.
That's good. Okay. I'm planning on, with this character, trying to get as many skills as possible.
That is fair. Alright. Who we still missing?
I'm back.
Alright. We missing Leoric still?
I'm back.
Crane's back.
Nope, I'm always here.
Alright.
I'm not here.
Master's never left.
So you watch. So the evening rolls around, and you all are actually on the wrong map because that map looks like it's in the middle of the day, don't it? Y'all are gonna get switched maps in a second.
I don't have vision.
Blind.
I'm putting all of your tokens on here. You can move them around, but
Except for mine. Not on there. I'm on Foundry right now.
you don't actually have to worry about moving around because you can see everything. So, the evening rolls around, and Kaelin has fetched his fashionable clothing. Except Kaelin doesn't quite look like Kaelin because there's no horns and spikes. And I assume that you've come back and introduced yourself to the group at the end, so they know who the heck you are.
I guess if we're already here, yes, I was going to go back and just sit in the corner of the room and watch them and wait till someone noticed, but we'll say I did that.
Yeah. So, you sort of eventually follow the crowds out to the outskirts of town, more towards the forested areas on the outskirts and what would be the southwestern part of Koroa, where there's a small bit of woods. The Festival of the Dancing Lights, as it's called, is celebrating its 250th year. It is put on by the Assembly of the Obsidian Seal, with their what they consider to be their novice mages. There are several identical sites placed all around the city that are sort of basically for the different classes and types of people who will attend them. This one being, it seemed like the largest crowd from the area y'all were in was going to this particular spot. The festival gets its name from the fact that as the ceremonies begin in the evening, all of the novice mages that are gathered in your particular site all cast dancing lights. And so where normally the lights in the city at night are yellows and oranges, you now see that the lights are greens and pinks and purples and blues, and it's very festive and people are upbeat. That being said, for y'all, and this is particularly just something that y'all would particularly know, as you're making your way through the city following the crowds, you notice something that is a bit sombering before you get to the festival. And that is, you recognize that there are a number of the guards who you recognize from fighting the other night, not on the street looking at you, but instead hanging from the lampposts in the city. Signs hung over their chests that read, "Cowardice is death." And as you walk through the city, you're reminded of the fight you had, not just, a day before. And now you see what the Empire believes to be a considerable penalty for dereliction of duty. But eventually you put your head down into the crowd and you come to this site and you watch the lights be cast, and you are officially at the Festival of the Dancing Lights. There are a number of stands and games here, of which Wallashan is going to get the first go. We have at your disposal Lob and Egg, Bellow Flump, Goblob Racing, Knucklebones, Blind Man's Whist, Drinker Puke, Jezebel's Tryst, Pin the Tail on the Hog, a dance contest, dress the Scarehog, and a few little sites for food and drink. Let's see. You have Tricky Treats, Pa Clay's Office, Wholesome Hunger, and Salient Spirits. So I ask you, Wallashan, what would you like to do first?
Well, definitely the drink or puke, and then can I do that and then do something else, or do I need to just pick one?
Let's pick the one and then go from there. So it's the first thing you would like to try as you walk through and you're seeing all these different things.
Well, I think to myself that the pin the tail on the hog would be great fun, especially if I were to be hammered or slightly, tipsy during that game. So,
you want
I
to try
guess
pin the tail on the hog?
Sure.
Okay. So, pin the tail on the hog. We have. Where's my thing? Alright, so you walk up to pin the tail on the hog. And the first thing you notice is it's a real hog. And you come up to this this small gnomish woman who seems to be manning the stand, and she goes, "Pin the tail on the hog, puts them all to shame, with variations for all categories of ranged weapons. This game is a true test of accuracy." And you step up and you see that the people who are playing right now are playing with, it's like a modified dart, except it's got, a modern observer might think of it as a miniature toilet plunger. This little small, like, suction-like cap on the end. And you get 3 darts. And there are 3 pigs in 3 different pins, each one farther than the last. And the whole idea is that you have to throw this dart and stick this suction cup on the pig's butt. The entry fee is 1 silver piece to play, and you get 3 darts. So, are you ready to play?
Oi.
All right. All right. So you have 3 darts. So what you're gonna do is are you proficient with darts? Is the first question. Probably. Yeah, simple weapons. Yeah, let's say so. So for this, you're going to roll a d20, and you're gonna add your dexterity bonus and your proficiency bonus. So for you, that's a +5. And we're gonna do this 3 times for the one closest to, and then work our way farther away. Okay, so the first dart. Are you throwing close, close, in the middle, or far away?
Close.
Okay. Yeah, 7 does not hit. So you take this dart with this little end and you throw it, and just kind of sinks right into the dirt a little bit short. Go ahead and throw your second one. Okay, and which one are you aiming for?
Middle.
The middle? Alright, again, you take the dart, you're trying to sort of line it up, you close one eye, and sinks in the dirt right in front. Still a little bit short. Which one are you gonna aim for your final throw?
Roll again.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, nab it.
You take this third dart, and you feel like you're getting the hang of these darts, and you come up and you manage it in a pretty impressive feat. You manage to sink your last dart on top of the dart you just threw. It's very impressive. But you
New
do
level of
she
skill.
looks. She goes, "Oh, well, better luck next time. Do you want to try again?"
No. I'll spend my money elsewhere.
And she sort of look. Does anyone else want to give it a try? Pin the tail on the hog.
Merinos has his eyes on something else.
Okay. What does Merinos have their eyes on?
The dance competition. He wants to dance and maybe get a lady to turn and look at them and maybe try and get her.
Okay.
That is all.
Is anyone else interested in it? All of you can enter the dance contest.
Seeing as. Go ahead.
Let me see. Where is my thing? Yeah, all of you can enter the dance contest. The entry fee is 5 silver pieces. However, if you win the dance contest, it is 100 gold piece pot to whichever one of you wins it. 5 silver to enter, 100 if you win. Is anyone else
Okay.
interested in
Guaranteed
joining
one of
Merinos
us
in the
win.
dance contest?
I'd be willing
So-
to do a dance. It's been a few years since I've had a good dance.
I don't
Wallashan.
dance.
Wallashan is intrigued, and he's already, well, he's had a few too many already, so he decides to go ahead and jump in.
Okay, so who all is doing the dance contest?
If you
Merinos
don't,
is?
yes. Also, I may have a drink before I jump in.
Okay. A drink here will cost you a silver piece.
Hey, that's not much.
Do our characters know there's a? Yeah, they would. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what the entry fee is, and you know what the winning amount is. They've told you.
All right.
You know there's
Fine.
100 gold up for grabs.
What was the entry fee? I'm sorry.
5 silver pieces.
I'm in.
So Kaelin
Jolan
is
looks
in,
at all
Crane
of
is
you,
in,
looks at
Merinos.
everybody. Jolan looks at everybody and just like, I'm not the dancing type.
All right. So
Sweet.
remove our silver.
So
I have a
Wallashan's-
question.
Go ahead.
I have a question about guidance. I haven't quite gotten it down yet. So when it says I can add a D4 to an ability check, does that mean like for skills too?
I've always heard that, yeah.
Yes.
Skills are ability.
Yes. They are.
I am going to. I'm feeling kind of sad for Merinos. You know, he cut his own pinky off in some weird deranged madness. He's not been having a good time, and he seems to really want this. So I'm gonna cast guidance on him, just a little touch on the shoulder to give him that extra wham when he's on the dance floor.
Okay. Fair
Out
enough.
of character, very appreciated. In character, Merinos probably has no idea.
Okay. Let's see. It lasts for 1 minute. Okay, so you'll have it for the first round, basically.
That's fair.
All right. So, so far. All right. So, does anyone else want in that has not told me they're in yet?
Sean has already had 3 drinks at this point, so does he have any additional, like, plus anything when it comes to rolls on this, or maybe minus?
Not yet. No.
Okay. It's like plus charisma.
Okay, well, those of you who are in, go ahead and mark 5 silver that you've spent. So I have Crane, Kaelin, Merinos, and Wallashan all in the dance contest. All right. So here's the deal.
Come on, Vix, do you want to join in?
Vic's still asleep. She's been asleep in the room the whole time.
Sleeping the day
I'll
away.
say for the purposes that Vix just kind of looks at you and just very shy. Just, oh, I'm not much of the dancing type. She just kind of stands off to watch. So, the dancing contest is 8 rounds. You can get eliminated on every round except for, I believe, 1. There's 1 round that isn't necessarily an elimination round. The DC goes up as we go. So, who is ready to dance? Alright, so the first step is called the basic groove. So everybody make a charisma check.
I think you should dance faster and you should try to get ready for it instead of ignoring someone who will up here.
Oh heck, I forgot what my charisma is.
Let's see, Curry, 10.
That's my D4 for guidance. 1 second.
Okay.
Why am I Wallashan right now? I don't even have the thing open.
That is so weird.
Strange.
I don't know where the 6. Did you roll the 6, Tweebs?
No, that one was you. I think.
I don't.
I don't
Make
know
sure-
why it's saying Wallashan.
Make sure
I don't
you
even
have
have
your
it.
character selected. You're the only one that doesn't have their character selected.
Did I accidentally click that one? Let me try and do a practice roll. I have mine selected now. Okay, that makes more sense.
Can I just take the 21, or should I re-roll in case?
And then Merinos, you
Do I
got
need to
12.
reapply guidance?
I rolled the guidance, which was a 4.
And your base roll was an 8.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I got a 12.
All right, so all of you managed to very quickly pick up on the dance steps, and you managed to dance through this round, and none of you are eliminated. All right, next round is the partner dance, where you're each randomly partnered up, and I need all of you to make an insight check.
All of us, even the ones not in here?
No, just the dancers. Insight 14.
I roll a d20 with this, right?
These are all D20s, yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
16.
Cool.
Not too shabby. Finally.
Well, dang, I should have gotten the guide. No, I'm joking.
Alright, so Crane, Kaelin, and Wallashan, you all get really good reads on who your partner is. And you manage to dance really well. Merinos, you really don't know which way your partner's going to go, and you kind of stumble through it a bit. You manage not to get eliminated, but you will have disadvantage in the next round.
Okay.
You're wasting my power.
The next,
Well,
you
can't use.
yeah, a minute had already gone by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Alright.
you want to recast it. I mean, it is a cantrip.
Well, am I allowed to get up on stage like that? Because I think some guy getting up and just slapping you on the
Yeah,
shoulder would
it's
be kind of
touch.
weird.
It's touch.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. The next round is called Quick Step, which is just like the basic groove, but it's twice as fast. So everybody make a Dexterity check.
I clicked disadvantage and it still just showed 1 dice rolling. Is that okay?
Roll it one more time.
Alright, that's fair.
It already rolled twice and showed the lowest one. That's what the Kaelin
Oh,
means.
did it?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind. Yep, you're good.
Thank you for receiving that. Masters?
Alright,
Masters.
so Kaelin, Merinos, and Wallashan, y'all just, very quickly sort of pick up on the steps, and it's twice as fast, but you're very much in sync with the music, and you dance through just fine. Crane, unfortunately for you, you manage just to have 2 left feet just for a second. You sort of trip over your shoe and fall down, and you are out this round. Unable to properly perform the quick step. All right. The next one is a one-on-one. So this is a head-to-head. So do y'all want me to roll for your partner, or do y'all want to try and roll against each other, and then only one of you has to roll against me?
I like the idea of rolling against each other, but
Well, there's only 3 of you.
yeah, and I volunteer to roll against you if you want me to, or if other players want to do it, they can, but I'll volunteer if no one else does.
Okay, so Merinos, I'll be rolling against you. This is going to be a performance check. And Wallashan and Kaelin, y'all are rolling against each other. Lower score goes home.
You're going down, Wallashan. What is
Wait,
it,
who's rolling
performance?
first? You and me, or yeah, it's performance.
Merinos, you and I can go ahead and roll.
Okay, let me check to make sure I got right. Okay, I'm ready. No! No!
I wonder who's gonna win.
It's the end.
I wonder who's gonna win.
So Merinos,
Please get a nat 1. Please get a nat 1 as well. That'd be
you
hilarious.
come up against this very burly looking dwarven man with a shaved head and a long beard, and he comes up and you're sort of dancing, and it's this dance off one-on-one, and just very subtly he just sort of pokes his foot out just a little bit and manages to catch the end of your foot and trips you, and you fall down to the ground. You are out on the ground.
Merinos gets angry at him, but he's not gonna do anything.
Alright, so Kaelin and Wallashan.
I feel bad about this.
Good luck, my friend. And blows on invisible dice in hand. Roll.
Oh my god!
I rolled a 19, but I have a.
My gosh. Oh, a natural 20, but Wallashan
hold on.
head to head.
Hold on, I did.
Wait.
Wait, I added wrong. I also have a 23.
Roll
Okay.
again, maybe.
Sorry, I had a 19 plus 4.
Alright,
How do you have a
so
+4 modifier already?
I'm
alright,
I'm
so
very
the
charismatic.
Oh, you can roll through it.
alright, so you both have 23s, but Wallashan rolled
The nat 20.
the nat 20. So Wallashan, you win this one. You're facing off, and Kaelin gives you a good run for your money, but at the end of the day, you've been in plenty of taverns and dives, and you know how to jump up and dance when the time is needed, and you do so, and you impress everyone around, and they give you a standing ovation as Kaelin is eliminated this round.
I'll look at Wallashan and just give him a slight bow and go take my seat.
John just kind of puts his hand atop his brow and just nods and gives him a semi-salute.
Alright, so you're the only one of the player characters left, Wallashan, so now you've got to beat the DC for these, alright? The next dance is called the Dwarven Long March, and this is an intelligence check. DC is 13.
Right?
Wallashan. Wallashan.
Blows on invisible dice again. Oh.
And you crush it. You crush it. This is a dance that you've never even heard of. And still, just by sort of glancing around and watching as everyone else begins, you manage to pick up on it in step with the music and dance your merry dance, and manage to nail every single step along the way. Next one, Dirty Dancing. So for this one, this is another partner dance. Are you going to be the one lifting or the one being lifted?
Wallashan would probably lift.
Okay, so you're going to make an athletics check, and I'm going to roll an acrobatics. And hopefully I don't mess you up.
I chose poorly. Chose very poorly.
Okay, your partner rolled an 18.
Oh
No, and Wallash.
no! I'm +7 acrobatics. I should have looked at my character sheet first. Ah!
So your partner comes up is very nimble and leaps into your arms beautifully in the easiest way to be caught. And you go and you manage to get your arms on him, and for a second there you have him, and then you hit back on your heels, and you both fall into the dirt on top of the other. You are both out.
I chose poorly.
So now all of you are out of the dance contest. So close, Wallashan. You two more rounds, and you could have had 100 gold pieces.
I look over at Merinos and I'm like, well, that was not at all the dance that I thought it was going to be.
No.
Agreed. I could have won that one.
So, what kinds of games are you looking for? Skill, strength, luck.
Strength. I want
How about a
strength.
strength
Sorry.
one?
I've heard about this bellow flump. I'm interested in what that might be, or the goblog racing.
All right. So the Bellaflump you come across first, and it is fairly straightforward. There's a tube with what looks like water, and inside of it is a flump. And it's this little squid-like creature with a body that looks almost like a crab would with no shell, tentacles, and long, like snail-like eyes on stalks. And at the base of it is a bellow, like for a forge, and they have a large wooden hammer set out by the side of it. And the idea is you hit the flump, it puts air into you hit the bellow, it pushes air into the water, and the flump raises up to the top. And the goal is to have them hit the top.
Wait, does it hurt him?
Nah, he's fine.
So I just want to say that during all of this, Leoric is trying to set the pigs free.
Make a stealth check.
Oh.
So you come over to the pens, the little paddocks where they've kept the pigs, for the pin the tail game, and the hogs, and you come across there, and you know how to get in and out of places without being seen, right? You know how to move very quietly, and you do. And so you move into a position where no one has seen you, and you are by the outer locks that would let the hogs out. Go ahead and make a lock picking check.
You want me to use my dexterity for that?
Yeah, you're probably not proficient in
Not at all.
yeah, just your dexterity. And I'll say roll at disadvantage because you've never done it before.
Word.
Yeah, so you go and you're really not sure how you pick a lock. At first you try putting your pinky into the lock, but your pinky is far too big for that. So you sort of rummage around on the ground and you manage to find a stick that looks like it would fit, and you put the stick in and you just jam the stick in until you hear it snap, crack, and then break it off inside the lock. Unable to pick it. But you gave it a good go. You were still hidden, by the way.
Can Wallashan, who was wandering around, happen to see what was happening and decides to intervene?
This has already happened at this point.
Yeah, Leoric's just gonna break the lock.
Okay, make a strength check. Okay. Yeah. So you just in a fit of rage, you don't actually have to break the lock, because ultimately is what you do is you grab it in this fit of rage at not being able to pick it, and you sort of rip with your arm, and you manage to just snap the bracket that the lock was holding onto the wooden pins clean off, and the pins are now open.
Come on, y'all. You don't need to be in here. They're doing terrible stuff to you. Come on, just follow me. Come on.
and with that, the pigs look at you, and with your ability to sort of speak to animals, they look at you, look back at their handlers, and make a beeline out of the pens and towards the woods.
All right. As soon as they start darting towards me, I'm going to turn invisible and then walk away.
Okay. And you do so, and you see the pins, and they just go right past you. And then the handlers sort of turn and notice the noise now, and see the open pin, and are like, "What the crap? Just they were right. Did you open the?" And then they just run after the pigs into the forest, and they're gone.
So safe to say, there's no more pin the tail on the pig game.
And someone comes along a little while later and just hangs a sign that says "closed" out in front of the pin the tail on the hog game, and it's done for the evening. And for the first time in 250 years, no one will get a chance to pin the tail on a hog.
Oh my god.
This is an outrage. I wanted to pin a tail on a hog.
So Bellowflump. Bellowflump. Alright, so it is you have to use their wooden hammer. Alright. It is a minimum entry fee of a gold piece, and your prizes, your winning is double your fee. You can increase the amount you give them to increase the amount you win. It's double whatever you put in.
I am down to do. Is that a strength one?
It is. It is
kind of like the bell one, the bell thing.
That's exactly right.
I'll try it. 1 second. Let me go and manage my currency real quick. I'm just gonna do 1 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a gold. It's 1 gold for 1 swing.
Okay. And it's just a regular strength check?
Mm-hmm. What is your... Actually, I want to look at that.
The modifier is plus 3.
If you are proficient with mauls, you can basically make an attack roll. But other than that, it's a strength check. And then you could add your proficiency.
I have martial weapons.
Yeah, do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You basically are making an attack roll.
Okay, so it'd be plus 5 then.
Yep.
Okay. Pretty.
Let's see. Yes, go ahead.
I have. Okay. How? Why am I rolling so bad?
So
it's not even fair.
Merinos sort of step up very confidently with this maul, and he just kind of, all right, and just takes it up and over and swings it down. It looks like they put a lot of force into it, and hits the flump and hits the bellow, and the little flump just and goes up. And there's a little arrow in yellow pointing, and it says it's got weakling written on it. You almost got the flump to that.
Merinos Merinos just wants to go home. He's not having any more fun.
So,
So-
would you like to try again?
And Merinos has lost his pride. He's gonna go. He wants to go home.
That's so funny.
It's so sad.
Okay, dude.
He already has depression. This does not help.
Okay, so Jolin wants to step up and try this. as
All
well.
right. Are you putting up a gold piece?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let me go manage that real quick.
Okay.
Could guidance help out here too? I'm willing to
That
throw
is,
it all over the place.
That is, y'all should be able to see what the
That is adorable.
Cool.
Yeah,
what the bellow
that's
flump
really
looks like.
cute.
So that is what it looks like. You got it just below the little weakling one.
Did you
All
draw
right.
that?
How dare you?
No, I did not draw that.
Oh.
Okay, yeah,
so,
I just removed one.
Yep, just one. All right, so step up and go ahead, and I believe you're proficient as well. So just go ahead and make an attack roll.
An attack roll? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the 1d12 plus 3, okay. Wait, am I just trying to swing for an attack?
Yes. So it's a D20 plus your strength plus your proficiency. So it should be for you probably +5. A D20
Yeah,
plus
so
5.
it's a +5. Okay, so 15.
15. All right, so you come down, you step up there, you take this wooden maul in your hand, you kind of look over at Merinos, just kind of look at them, you look back at things, you take the maul up over your head and boom, down onto the bellow, and you watch the flump come up. It takes off at a pretty good speed, and it comes up and it goes, and it stops at the big boy sign and comes back down. You were unable to get it to the top, but you were a lot closer than Merinos was.
Oh, sweet.
I'm gonna look over at Merinos and say, that large man hit it a little bit higher than you. Did you notice?
The whole world is clowning on me. I want to go home. Is there any funnel cake here?
Here, hold on.
I feel for Merinos, and I go and hand him a gold piece. Be like, here, you want to try again?
Okay, I'll try again. I am not trusting these dice here. I'm using my own physical die. These die here are going to dice jail. Okay, let me roll.
Digital dice jail.
It's +5. In jail for you. Okay, +5. Oh, you will not believe it. I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
With tears rolling down his eyes. With just all the anger and frustration he's been feeling for the past couple days. He takes his maul and he whacks it as hard as he can. At this point, he's literally sobbing. He hates the world so much he doesn't want to be here. That's all.
Awesome.
What happens? What happens, Mumble?
Mumbles is literally what happened.
Killed you. You broke Mumbles.
I think you broke Mumbles.
I would say, with my mighty hit with that maul, it goes all the way up, unless this thing is rigged, at which point it just kind of goes in the middle. And Merinos feels some sort of semblance of the joy for the first time in weeks.
God. Why is he so sad? What happened to him? Hurt you, Merinos.
His life is very screwed up. He's
The life we live is
struggling
sad.
with a lot. He's got anxiety and depression.
Mumbles,
a world
I
that
think
hates
Mumbles is
him.
trying to figure out something to bring in for a nat 20. He's not prepared for this.
It's technically 25 if you add the modifiers.
I think you broke it.
So is this? Yeah, I was about to say, is this thing still alive? Like what?
I hope he is. I don't want to kill it. Merinos is just a very boy. I have it too, but I don't know if that'll work on a little blob fish. I'm never using these virtual die again. I'm only using physical die. I can't. I'm done.
So let's roll survival for this thing, shall we?
Yeah, this is gonna have to roll for survival check.
Roll for
After I hit it pretty hard, he's gonna hit it even harder. It's rough.
For survival.
Merinos used to roll for damage. Oh, he does well.
He
Well,
does well,
I mean,
he
if that.
survived.
Except it has a -5.
-5. So we got 10. So he's drastically injured, but
He'll live. He'll be fine. He's just gonna have to take a break after this.
-5 is a 0.
So have we closed down this game also?
I like how we're slowly, after each one is closed down. No one else gets to enjoy this except for us.
I know.
Do we call that a flumpstitution?
By the way, Jolin, by the way, Merinos gives Jolin the gold coin back and says thank you, with tears still running down his face. But he's like very stone faced. You just see the tears rolling down. He's not saying anything about it.
Least I could do.
And then he adds 1 gold to himself because it doubles.
Yeah, so you got your gold coin back, and technically, I'm only down 1. Yeah, I'm only down 1 coin.
Oh yeah, because
I lost earlier, so I just have 1.
Unless this whole thing is rigged, at which point.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Merinos is literally gonna spiral and maybe just be gone by the end of this session.
Wallashan, he's just not even here anymore. He's over sneaking
Okay.
beer from
Okay, so we'll come back.
Is anyone else going to try the bellow flump?
Okay, no, I need to hear what happens. Merinos has gone through a whole emotional experience. Is it rigged? Did I do it? Is the flump okay?
The flump is fine. Totally fine. Is it rigged? That is a great question. In order to find that out, you should make an intelligence check.
It was a nat 20 for 25.
It was a nat 20 plus 5. I gave her a gold coin to try again. I gave him a gold coin to try again, and then rolled a nat 20. So plus 5, it was 25.
I'm using my physical. Me. Merinos. Merinos did it.
I gave Jolin gave Merinos a gold coin to try again.
And I used physical die because I'm sick of this virtual.
Poor
Okay,
sad
and you
water
rolled
man.
a natural 20 for 25.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be sad. Even more sad than I already am.
So you come up there, you take Jolin's coin, you toss it to the guy working it. You take them all. You're very determined this time. You're white knuckling them all. You come up, lift it over your head. You hit the bellow. The air shoots up, and you hear this crash as the flump hits the top of the tube and flies out of the top of it and back and plops down into the woods somewhere, just kind of splashing like a fish.
Lord.
Out of water, and the attendant has to quickly run over and like grabs the thing and like climbs at the back and dumps it back into the tube there, and kind of begrudgingly walks over and holds out 2 gold pieces for you, and you have 1 at the bellow flump.
And then everything I said before happens with Merinos' being stone-faced and tears just running down his face from all the frustration.
The flump still seems okay.
Hey,
We were
that's
worried.
all that
We
matters.
were rolling a flumpstitution check.
You can still check to see if the game is rigged, though.
I'll check to see if the game is rigged, and I'm using physical die, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 3, so 2, actually.
The game seems pretty above board. You just need to swing harder.
Yeah, you just gotta
He's
be
pretty
strong.
above board.
If you don't got big meaty muscles, then you're not gonna be able to do it.
Leoric walks over and goes, "Oh, so I don't understand what's going on around this place, but that kind of looks fun. I'll try."
Okay. It's one gold piece.
See how this goes.
All right.
Does he rage?
No, because it doesn't
I
help
don't
him.
think that's gonna happen.
It doesn't do anything for skills,
I mean,
unfortunately.
unless it's a strength check, in which case he would have
It
advantage.
is.
It is.
It is technically
It is a
a
strength
strength check.
Okay,
Oh, you're right.
so but
Do you want to harm anybody
he's
though?
he's not mad at it right now, so he's just gonna come up and take them all after he's handed over the gold piece, and he's gonna kind of grip it, and it's not really what he's used to, but he's gonna try to, like almost like he's swinging a baseball bat, and come down on it and see what happens. Yeah, no.
No.
No, no.
12. So Leo, you run up and you almost like Happy Gilmore this, except in reverse. Instead of coming underneath it, you kind of run up and wind up and get it up over your head, and you hit it, and it comes up and it goes, just a little bit above in between the weakling and the big boy.
All right, and
Gentlemen, look at-
without even missing a beat, he's gonna go into a rage and smack it again.
no.
No. Joel's gonna try to control him, like, please.
So you do it
I
again.
didn't even pay. Didn't even pay, by the way.
You kind of run up, and the guy's like, no, wait, it's a gold. But before he can even say anything, just like the rage just takes over, and you see Red, you're like, you swing down, and you hit it, and this one goes, and it hits the little weakling sign and goes back down.
Yeah, he takes the hammer and just chunks it as far as he can in the woods.
How did it go? That's the question.
So you just watch as Leoric just takes this maul and just spins around and like shot puts it into the woods, and it goes. Oh my God! What was that? You just hit some guy just walking through the woods.
And you see Kaelin just slowly back away from the group because he wants nothing to do with this big oaf.
Same with me. I'm gone.
Well,
And
just
so-
standing there, pondering how I can make the situation worse.
And so you look back, and everyone's looking around, and the person working the stand kind of looks at the person next to him and goes, "Hey, you got a hammer or something? Did we bring an extra one? We didn't. Did we have an And so in the 250-year history of the Festival of Dancing Light, there is no more Pin the Tail on the Hog, and the bell of Flump is broken."
Hey, with you, Trey.
He's living the Druid's dream. He's destroying modern civilization.
Can I wander over to?
Quick DM side note. If this thing runs in game in another year, there's no way I can have this crap again. Like, it's seriously like this tradition is over. Like, there has to be a war now because we can never come back here.
Can I go
Like,
look at the Go Blog racing and see what's up with that?
Yes. And
Yeah, I want to go over there.
Yeah,
So
let's see
for the-
what else we could
for the
ruin
sake
today.
For the sake of
Wallashan
my
seems-
time, this will be the last game that we can play today. But we will pick this up next session and finish the festival. So we will do the Goblob. All right, so Goblobs. So, have you ever seen a blob fish?
Oh yeah.
Oh
A modern-
yeah.
a modern-
Natural habitat
I
or
love
once it's been
the-
destroyed.
the players, right? So imagine a blobfish, all right. Except it has a goblin mouth, right? And it has starfish-like arms or appendages.
That
So
is
it's a
odd.
starfish blobfish with goblin teeth, and they line them all up. And basically, the idea is it's a race. Except here's the interesting thing: these goblins move extremely slow, and they seem to be attracted to some lettuce at the end of the track. There, you see the handler setting out lettuce at the end of the little raceway. So the goblins seem like they'd move at about the same speed. So it's up to you, the person who is betting on your particular goblin, to encourage them to move faster than their comrades and be the first to reach their piece of lettuce and cross the finish line. The entry fee is 2 gold pieces, and the winning pot is 10 gold pieces. And there are 5 goblobs to choose from. How many of you would like to play?
I'll go
Give
ahead.
it a shot.
I'll play.
Hands down.
Okay.
I'll play too.
How many?
So can
Let me go pick this.
Wallashan, can he just mysteriously happen to like discreetly pour part of his flask into one of the tanks?
What tanks?
Mm,
Like
The
the yellow
blob-
form thing?
The
Oh,
blob
the-
blob fish.
No, it's not a tank-based creature. It's on the ground, but it looks like that.
Well, let's say that he snuck it some alcohol somehow.
Make it. You know what? Just because I'm curious, just because I want to know, I'm not even gonna make you roll. I'm gonna say that you managed to get a little bit of alcohol down a tiny little goblob gullet. You hear it go, and you hear it kind
I
of.
put it on the
Melt.
lettuce. I mean,
Oh, you put it on the lettuce.
yeah.
Okay,
From-
I misunderstood. Yes, you can.
Well,
Yes, you put it on all the lettuce.
just one. Just one.
Okay, pick a number 1 through 5.
4.
Okay, everybody who's playing type a number 1 through 5. Kaelin has 3.
I guess I'll do 1.
Okay,
How many gold pieces do I need to spend for this one?
it's 2.
I'm not playing, so I don't need to.
1 second. I gotta. I'm gonna be special about this. The D5. Oh, it worked. Wait. Before I solidify that, is there anything special about any of these?
No,
Any
They all look
appearances
exactly the
of
same.
Shaft Boy?
They all look exactly the same.
We need to find the cloning facility all these animals are made in.
I
Yeah,
know,
they're
right?
all the same.
Twin horses and goblobs. Like, that's pretty spectacular.
Horses are
They
actually
don't
rare.
all look they look like they would race identically. They're not their physical appearance, they're different colors.
I don't know
I
where they
think-
got all these aberrations. Like they have a flump, they have goblobs. Where are the other normal creatures? How'd they get all these?
Well, there were normal creatures, but Leoric let them run out into the forest, so you're left with the flumps and
totally.
goblobs. So who is anyone taking number 1? Is anyone taking number 5?
I said I was taking number 1.
Okay, you got number 1. So Merinos, you have number 5.
I
All
just
right.
want to state before this starts that Leoric is taking notes and is trying to find the best way to set these things free.
Okay.
We're not trying
We'll
to
come
free
back
the
to that. Go ahead and let's see. All right, so I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Is it our initiative or the?
Ah.
Yeah, everyone roll initiative.
Wait, hold on. Could I give myself a vigilant? Could I give it a vigilant blessing?
No.
Hey, Mumbles.
Ah, darn it.
That's another $1 for extra life.
Okay.
Ooh.
I rolled a 23. Or wait, what? A
Okay.
22. I rolled a 17 plus 5.
Okay. Joel,
4.
what'd you roll?
4.
Okay, so we have Merinos, then Wallashan, then we have Oh my gosh, a 4?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
2 plus 2. Yeah,
Okay,
2. I
you're
rolled a 2,
actually
so 2
third.
plus 2.
Joel, Weslie, Kaelin. All right,
Okay.
Merinos, what are you doing to encourage your goblob? How are you trying to make it move faster?
I'm pulling out a ration. I'm
Okay.
waving it in front of him, and I'm saying, buddy, if you come over here, this is all yours.
Okay, make a animal handling check.
That's a flat d20. That is a 3. That did not work.
All right. The goblob kind of looks at the rations that you're holding out in front of it, and then looks at the lettuce at the end, and just tries to move towards the lettuce very slowly. Your goblob has moved 1 foot.
Beautiful.
All right, Wallashan, what are you doing to encourage your goblob?
Okay, I think I said this wrong a while ago. I meant, like, I rigged the game. I messed with the game. I'm not actually playing. Unless at this point I can, you
might as well.
Might as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have cheated. I have put lettuce on my alcohol on my component sleeve of lettuce, and I have put some peanut butter, something that goblobs absolutely love to eat, on mine.
Wait, say it again?
How do you know what they love to eat?
How do you know
And
that?
how did you get peanut butter to do it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's
how did you
peanut-
get the peanut
Hey,
butter?
I'm learning
You
with the whole
really
roleplay
Wallashan.
thing. I'm trying. What do goblobs eat? I don't know if I know that. I probably don't know that.
You don't, but go ahead and make same thing. Make an animal handling check.
-1. I'm terrible. Nine.
9. Yeah, again, you're really not sure what goblobs eat, and yours doesn't seem too encouraged by what you've done. Your goblob moves 1 foot. It's a 20-foot track, by the way.
Oh, it's gonna be a minute.
Okay,
So
so
is
Joel,
this one round, or is this a...
this is still a round.
Well, like, do we have more than one round with the same fish?
Yeah,
Goblop. Okay.
yeah,
That's
you
fine.
all have one at this point.
Okay, so
Joel,
I'm
what are you
gonna.
doing?
So I'm just, instead of, trying to coax it with food or whatever, I look at my goblob and I'm like, listen, some good money on the line. If you don't do this, I might have to eat something for the first time. Do you want to be the first thing I eat?
It's funny because as you say that, you actually look over and look at one of the people attending, and there's this little piece that kind of looks like it might be a goblob tentacle, and then sucks it up into their mouth real fast. Kind of looks at you, and you look back at your goblob. Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Uh,
11.
Use of animals right here.
11. Okay. The goblob kind of looks back in its own little way, and then sees that someone is actually what looks like it, and it's like, and it just scurries along. Your goblob has moved 2 feet.
That's an improvement.
So far, Joel's in the lead. Weslie, what are you doing with your goblob?
I'm gonna take a Patrick Star approach and just kind of go and just kind of lean down and pat my knee and say come on, boy, you take your time. Don't worry about it. Go at your own pace. However,
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
dang, I was hoping it was gonna be animal handling. Let's see, persuasion.
Amazingly enough, you go down and you just talk to this little guy. It's okay, little buddy. Go at your own pace, and it just scurries like it's trying to get away from you. Just moves up. Your goblob has moved 2 feet. So Joel and Weslie are currently tied. Kaelin, what are you doing to move your goblob?
Okay, can I stand behind the goblob at the start line?
Absolutely.
Okay. I am going to... How could this go wrong? I am going to quietly whisper to my Goblob and say, "Come on, little Goblob, you can do it, little Goblob." And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh.
I may have killed my Goblob. Maybe.
Oh, Lord.
So
No.
Mumbles, I need the Goblob to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
my god.
What have you done?
Are we gonna break another thing?
I'm just whispering.
A 17.
17? Oh man, I think that beats my. Where is it? Hold on. It's a 14.
If we
Okay,
had
but it
chaos,
takes half damage, so I need you to roll 3d6 for me.
But it doesn't run away from me as fast as possible, does it?
No, but it takes half of 3d6
I don't
of
care
damage.
about the damage. That wasn't really the important part. Okay, good. I rolled low. 6.
6, so it takes 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I kill the Goblob?
So you do this, you whisper to your goblin, and it turns back around, and its eyes dart from one side to the other. It's hearing things, and it's not quite sure where, and it just kind of looks at you, and it just goes,
And
it just dies.
And I'm gonna seeing this. I'm gonna pause for a second, and then I'm gonna look up at the whoever's running this particular game, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. My Goblob seems to have died. I would like a different Goblob, please."
I gave it 1 hit point. It had. It's gonna kill a goblin.
Sir, that's not supposed to happen. I don't believe.
So a little attendant runs over and hands you your gold pieces back. Says, "We're so sorry about that." And someone picks up the goblin, goes over and tosses it into a giant cauldron where apparently
I had such a good feeling about that one.
Cure wounds, stabilize. I don't know. I want to save this little blob.
And with that, it's 10 o'clock, and I have to stop this session, and we'll pick up on this race next week and finish the festival. He had 1 hit point, like. I was literally sitting down and like, you know what? They have to have something. They have to have a stat block. They're a creature in the game that can be influenced. I gave him 1 hit point.
I was gonna try Phantasmal Force.
No.
And
Like had you rolled had it been 1 damage, which was impossible in that had it been 1 damage, I would say that your Goblin would have been unconscious and might have been able to be revived, but you tripled its hit points on damage with a 3, so.
I mean, double hit points equals instantly dead.
Yep. So, yeah, that is where we're gonna leave off this week. Because
So we've broken every single thing we've done except for the dance contest.
And we have to finish this one because this will be the last ever festival of the Dancing Lights. So we definitely have to do that. So yeah, so we will pick up there next week.
thank you for everything, Mumbles.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I really appreciate. Like I said, we'll pick this up. There's some stuff left to explore, and we'll get to it. Just ran a little
More stuff to break.
Yeah, more stuff to break. So, congrats everybody on that, and I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
I killed the Goblob, everybody. Seems like an appropriate way to end the Festival of Lights. Masters and I should not be allowed out in public, apparently. That's a thing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will definitely see you all next week. So Tuesday, let me talk about this real quick. Tuesday, we're starting the Epic of Theros. It is another homebrew campaign led by Mumbles again, with our Horde of the Dragon Queen crew, plus another, I think there's a new member also that just joined in today. So we're going to have all new characters. Unfortunately, Lord Mittens Fuzzbottom III will not be returning this time, but I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna save him because that was a good character, and I like the backstory. So we'll see what happens. But thanks everybody for hanging out, and we should do a raid, right? Right? We should do a raid. That seems like a thing we should do. So let me see. I'm gonna set my raid call. Let me go over to Twitch somewhere around here. Over to Twitch. That's not Twitch. Oh, we lost the music. We lost the music because we closed it. There we go. There we go. Who is streaming right now? Oh gosh, there's a lot of people streaming right now. I think we're gonna do TPK roleplay again because those guys are great. They were a ton of fun. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had fun. I had fun. We're gonna go raid TPK roleplay. And thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will see you on the next one. Bye everybody.